Hi everyone. IP and technology is a very interesting field, but wherever I go, I get this question quite often. Where did I pick up skills from? What should we do? Whether it's interacting with the students, with the professionals, giving presentations at universities and colleges, or even in daily conversation with the professionals. So I decided, why not start the QME Question Me series, where you can put up your questions to me, specifically in the field of IP and technology transfer, and I'll answer those. But to start the series, I am sharing how and when did I enter this field and what skills I have developed. So, through this presentation, you will get to know my journey and how did I build it up step by step. When I started my career, I didn't have anyone to guide me what to do, what not to do. But I am hopeful that this presentation would be useful for you to know what to do and what not to do, and how to build your career in IP and technology transfer. My career has been divided into three phases: early, just the beginning of it, then the middle part where I picked up different skills, and the last still growing, the entrepreneurial stage where I have ventured to become an entrepreneur. The story of my career is going to start, so buckle up to ride with me on this roller coaster journey where I share the different experiences I have gained. I was trying to pursue a PhD, trying to get myself enrolled into a PhD after completing my master's in biotechnology from University of Rajasthan. So that is the starting point. From there, I was working with a Delhi lab in Delhi University, waiting to be enrolled as a PhD student. At that time, my father came across an advertisement which called out for women applicants for a scheme called as Women Scientists C scheme, offered by Department of Science and Technology India to train women in the field of IP. This was in 2006, where India was still at a very nascent stage in IP and technology transfer. So I took that training. I filled up the application. There was an exam, then an interview, and I was on a wait list. And luckily, I got that opportunity. I was placed with the CSIR's Intellectual Property Management Division, now known as Innovation Protection Unit, for a 1 year long training program where I was given hands on training from filing of an application, drafting, examining, search, prosecution, foreign prosecution, creating policies, and interacting with inventors. So, this 1 year training laid out the foundation for me to begin my journey. And then I worked with Sand Shadow Consultants, moved on to working with BCIL, taking care of the Stanford India Biodesign IP and Technology Transfer portfolio. Then I worked with Foundation for Innovation and Technology Transfer, which is the IP and Tech Transfer arm of IIT Delhi. There, I also helped them in setting up a tech transfer office, which is called as Innovation Technology Transfer Office. And now I'm running a company called as Innovery LLC, which helps innovators and startups and academic institutions in effectively protecting their IP and transferring those. In addition, I also have a vertical which is called as EdIP, where I different courses in IP and technology transfer are offered along with mentorship programs. So now, as you can see, I have different phases uh, in my career. So for this particular presentation, to keep it short, useful for everyone, I would be talking about the first phase, which is working with CSIR, IPMD, and Sand Shadow Consultants, and then I'll move on to the next part. So the foundation for me was laid when I started my master's in biotechnology, because you need a science degree to be in this particular field. So lay the foundation for yourself, complete your education before you try to get into this field. It could be master's or you could be pursuing a PhD. Do complete that and then get into this field. So for me, the key which unlocked the door of opportunities was the on-job training offered by Department of Science and Technology. Was C scheme was what it was known earlier, then Kiran IPR, and now WISE scheme. So there I had an opportunity to work with the CSIR inventors who were inventing into different fields. I was not limited to a particular field. I was giving cases for searches in chemistry, in chemicals, and life sciences. So I picked up a bit of everything. The initial time while we were at CSIR, along with the other two friends of mine, we learned how to draft or fill in the forms, how the forms have to be arranged, and how the filing is done. Then we were shifted to searching, then drafting, and then the prosecution part. In between, we also were given few tasks related to trademarks and the policy. So you can see that overall there was a lot of different variety of things that I picked up in the first phase itself, which is the on-job training. So this training was really useful for me, and I would recommend to all the girls and women out there who are looking to break into this career of IP and technology transfer to keep a lookout on what when the scheme is announced and how to apply for it. If you have any questions on the application process, you can check the questionnaire question and answer a series that we did for this particular scheme. You can also check on Dhwani Memoria, where many of the alumni of this scheme share their experiences. So you can learn from them what did they learn and how they have used it in their career. The second step for me was the job, and getting a job at that point of time was not easy because those who were trained with the law firms were easily absorbed versus who were not trained at a law firm. But then I got a job with Shadow Consultants, which was a boutique IP firm, and they were working into different domains. And here they were in a lot of technical domains besides life sciences. But the first day I got a case to solve, which was in physics and specifically in circuits. Now, I don't know if you know, but I really hate physics. I never liked physics. Even in my 12th, I used to avoid it like anything, and I was very happy when I got into BSc and didn't have physics with me. So they gave me a case, and the whole day I was just staring at the circuit, and I didn't know what to do, how to read it and what to do. So I went back and I told her that, is this the only case? Can you give me something in life science? She said, no, my boss said, this is the only case that you have to solve. And you have a week's time, you can spend time with it and then tell me what you think about it. So the next day also, I was just hitting my head against the wall. I didn't know what to do. The third day, I went and told her that, I can't do it. It's okay. I would leave maybe. So she said, no, don't give up too soon. Try and think, if you were given this case by an inventor, you had to meet this inventor, what would you do? She said, this is the case you have to do, and I'm not going to give you any other. So I went back and tried to talk to my other colleagues that, what field are you from? So one of them was from electronics. So I asked her, can you explain the circuit to me? She did. I did a bit of a search. And the next day I had a report ready with me, and I went back and showed to my boss. And she said, congratulations, you have crossed the phase. This task I gave you specifically so that you don't need to be expert in your own field. You just need to have open mind to understand inventions. Life sciences, yes, you are an expert in that domain, but then you may get inventions which have components from other fields. So you need to be empathetic towards the inventors. You also need to be open to engaging with other fields. So change your perspective. Don't look at a particular field, but also look at how you can, in general, understand the inventions from the inventors. And this lesson I carry till date with me, and it has helped me tremendously throughout my journey. Now, when we are starting a career, my tips for you is that learn as much as you can. Trust yourself that you can do it. Begin with a clean slate. Don't have presumptions that, this is how the thing has to be done, because then it's not easy to learn. Begin as if you are a novice, you don't know anything, and get yourself involved in different activities as much as you can. So while I was at Shadow Consultants, I not only helped them in the searching part and the drafting part, but I also engaged with a lot of clients. So I was into business development too. And I helped in setting up the courses, running the courses. So that way, it gave me a lot of confidence over the subject. It also gave me an early insight into how the students are taking up or looking at IP at this point of time. So learn as much as you can, be willing to learn, and trust your Trust yourself, you can do it. So for the next phase, I will be talking about the BCL thing and the fit part. But for now, this is it. I am keeping the videos short so that you can follow them with tips and the stories to keep it engaging enough for you. But this doesn't end here. I want to hear your story. Share your story in the comments or share your questions in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer those. Stay tuned for the next phase where I talk about the interesting part where technology transfer starts. Thank you so much. See you for the next video.